Hello, so we're here at Clumber Park today and I'm going to be testing, is the 20mm 1.8 from Sony a good lens to vlog on? Let's see.
Well, every time I see the sun, a rooster crows for days. And every time I see that gal, she always looks away. Hell, she always looks away.
I'm going to do the typical YouTuber thing and say please like and subscribe if you like this video.
You can never pronounce that.
I can't.
Like and subscribe.
Please like and subscribe. Yeah?
Better.
Yeah? So mainly I'm just going to be testing how good this lens is for vlogging. And I'm going to do another video on the ND filter another day. Probably. I say it. Probably not. But it's a really bright day, so it's probably not the best.
What can you do?
What can you do, Charlotte?
Put the camera away.
So 20mm isn't the widest lens, so I've had to go back to the A7 III, just so on the full frame it actually is 20mm. And then it is fully wide enough, I mean you can see all around me. The A7 III I've never found to be good for vlogging because it's got no tilt screen. You can't articulate or anything like that, which you can do on the A6600, which I usually use for vlogging. So I've just bought this little mirror thing up top and it's not bad, it does the trick.
Sunday morning meeting time, I hear them church bells ring. You ought to seen them late last night, go out and shake that thing.
Now for me, one of the biggest pros of this lens is the 1.8 aperture, and usually with a wide angle lens you're not going to see a massive amount of a creamy bokeh behind. But the good thing about this lens is you can get really close up to objects and it'll still focus. I think it's about 19 centimeters or something like that, which really throws the background out. Now, I can't show you what it's going to be like in low light because it's honestly one of the brightest days of the year today, so luckily I have got an ND filter on. Another thing I love about this lens is that it's just so small and light. You can just whack it on your camera, shove it in your bag, shove it in your pocket if you wanted to, if you've got big pockets. You've got big pockets, Charlotte?
Not today.
This lens is too big for Charlotte's pockets.
Don't buy it.
Now, with it being a prime lens, it is quite diddy. The reason for that, it's not got image stabilization, so if you wanted a really smooth image, you'd have to use a gimbal, which is heavy, so it completely counteracts. So it just completely counters the fact that you've got a light lens. But if you're not that bothered, if you just want to vlog or you've got a stable hand like I don't, absolutely fine. Now another thing I love about this lens is that it's so bright. Fuck me. Now on to things that I don't really like about this lens. It's... What are you doing?
Oh, you're gonna shit off there then.
I did.
Come on,
On to things I don't like about this lens.
is my dog shitting off cliff edges?
Is my dog having a poo off the cliff? Now the autofocus on this lens seems to be pretty damn good, so I'm happy with it. I'm happy, Charlotte's happy with it.
I'm over the moon.
She's so happy. Once I said to Charlotte, look at this autofocus, and she, I mean, what, do you remember what you said?
Wow.
Well, in the shade I waste my days, tonight I go to town. Well, I'm upstairs with them good time gals, always holding down.
So would I use this over my usual setup, which is the A6600 and the 18-105 f4? And the answer is yes and no. If it's a really bright day outside, I think I'd probably use my other setup. The f4 really wouldn't really matter, and you've got that added range, and with it being a power zoom lens, you can just do so many different shots with it, whereas with this being a prime lens, you have to use your feet, you have to use your imagination. However, if it's in a dark situation and you didn't really know what the light was going to be like, I'd say definitely this one, because that 1.8 at night is just... And also you get a bit more of a wide angle with this lens, so you can fit more in. I mean, this is full stretch, but I'm really not having to stretch my arm out at all to get this sort of angle. So yeah, I would say this is a very, very good vlogging lens. So bye-bye.